to discuss the Kurdish resistance against ISIS and the reluctance of the international community to recognize it. The journalist Martin Serhad will join us now live from Buenos Aires. Welcome, Martin, to our bulletin. According to the PYD's co-chair, Muslim Rojava currently seems the last glimmer of hope for the Syrian revolution, while the rest of the country is dominated by war and violence. On the basis of your own observations in Rojava and in the region, how would you describe the situation in Rojava and Syria?
Well, thank you very much. Not only the situation of, and we could see it now in South Kurdistan, what could become Middle East without the winning of the YPG, because there the Peshmerga lead the combat at first, and it's not only the last glimmer of hope for the Syrian revolution. I think it's the last glimmer of hope for a democratic Middle East.
Groups resisting ISIS in the region, Martin, without getting any international support are HPG, Yajastar, YPG and YPG forces. What is your evaluation of their role in fighting ISIS in Rojava and South Kurdistan?
Well, we can see there in South Kurdistan, revolutionary forces from all Kurdistan, when they are for resolving the problem of the people and attacking the terrorists and these gangs, and the role they play is just the principal one, because at first Peshmerga didn't want to fight, and we saw there in Mahmoud, in Shengal, Obama told that they need a month for making a corridor, a humanitarian corridor from Shengal. And the YPG did it in 3 days. Then Obama said that. So we could see there that the role they are playing is really principal, is really important. And we all need to support this fight, because they are resolving the problems that the whole world had put there in Middle East.
There are some voices which say that the PKK must be recognized as a political actor, and the US and the EU should remove it from their terror list, and Rojava must be recognized internationally. What is your take on this, Martin?
Well, I think that we have a problem, is that the imperialistic system, they say that the revolutionary of the war, and that is not only in Kurdistan, to the revolutionary people, they say they are terrorists. And now the only group that is really resisting the terrorism in Middle East is the PKK, that is a revolutionary group. So the imperialist forces, the powers of Europe and United States, don't know how to work with this situation, because they are in a big problem now for the politics and the media. But I think that they also are so closed in their eyes, because in Rojava it's not a problem of accepting PKK as terrorist or not. There is a population, a big population, that is self-governance, self-defense, self-organized, and they are just a military force, civilian force in the middle of a war, and you have to recognize that is a political actor, and neither in Geneva I, neither in Geneva II, they didn't recognize the Kurdish forces of Rojava, and they didn't invite them to resolve the problem. So we keep having a brutal war in Rojava, and we can receive with the European position the problem of the people of Syria.
You visited Rojava once. Tell us please more about the purpose of your visit and your observations.
Well, we went there, I and a friend of mine, because in all Latin America we can't receive any information about the war with some sure part. Is all a big lie about the big media of the world, and we think that there is overcoming a big revolution for the Middle East, that there are many heroes, females and male heroes, taking on a revolution, and nobody in the world is knowing about this. When Che Guevara was in Cuba, everyone made an interview, and Europe, you can read it in the newspaper, but now they pretend we don't know that they are the Kurdish people is taking on a socialist revolution, a democratic revolution in the north of Syria.
Martin Serhad, the journalist from Buenos Aires, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, such a